What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. I'm your host, Rexx Ruger. That, of course, watching my back, as always, is the Alexis Arguello puppet. We're back with another banger, folks. This is the home of the most amazing and real boxing conversations anywhere on the planet. Legends, luminaries, champions, and fighters on the come-up. They all come here to chop it up with your boy, Reckless Rexx. Today is no different. We got a return guest, man, a guy that I really love, man. Happy to have him back on. Should have some exciting news about an upcoming fight. I'll let him share that with you when he gets in here. Before he does jump in here, let me get that out of the way first. That is unprofessional. Yes, it is. Just reiterating that to myself. I do entirely too much burping on here. It's the soda. That's what I blame it on. Anyway, let me go into obligatory promotional mode and remind you to like and follow Off the Couch Boxing on Facebook. Hit us up. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, who you've seen on the show that you like, who you'd like me to run down and get on the show. I'm very receptive. Hit me up. Send me a friend request. On the Off the Couch Boxing Facebook page, you will find updates on new episodes and who will be on those episodes, when they are released, and any other pertinent boxing news that's going on at the moment, news on upcoming fights, results of fights, anything pertinent that I come across in the boxing world that I want to share with the audience, man, and keep you guys in the loop. Also, if you're here right now on the channel watching, congrats to you because you're in the right place. Make sure to like and subscribe and smash that notification button. Let me digress. You're on a boxing podcast. Punch it. Punch the shit out of that notification bell. I don't care if it's a left, a right, an uppercut, a hook, whatever, man. Just make sure you're staying in the loop, man. You gotta be. You gotta be here. This is where the great conversations are happening, folks, man. And they continue, man. They continue. At the time of this recording, it is February 27th, and we're about to have another good one. Right now, I believe we are up to just on Off the Couch Boxing. 165 episodes are up there right now, so you can go back and peruse. The first 160 were co-hosted by my son and co-host Frankie the Flamethrower, who is no longer able to do the show just because of family commitments and him having children. So it's a little difficult for him to get on the episode. So your boy Reckless Rexx flying solo, but the show goes on, and who knows? Frankie might pop in for a few episodes here and there when time and schedule permits him to. So haven't seen the last of him. My guest is here, so I'm going to shut up and we're going to get down to it. Let's do it, man. Come on. This is where I need the Jeopardy song. I always say it and I always will. I need it. And where's the big man? We don't have the big man yet, do we? We had him in here. At least I thought he was in. And of course, nothing gets edited, folks. So you will see me in conversations with my guests shamelessly on my cell phone. Nothing gets edited, folks. You know the credo. I can't be bothered. 52 years old. I am recording everything, and I'm not going back and editing anything. I'm not. You guys are used to that by now, though. Every little slip up, every little hiccup, it's all on here, man. It's all recorded for posterity's sake. And you know I'm big on posterity. Why? That I couldn't tell you. But everything gets recorded here and nothing gets tampered with, okay? This is not a Motley Crue concert, okay? There's no slick tricks here. There's no editing. There's no, it's raw and it's real. And that's all I can promise. And there he is. What's up, bud?
Hey, what's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. So, hey, so I want to jump right in, man, because it looked like you've been teasing some big news.
Yeah, man. I got some great news. I got a fight coming up. I just signed a new deal.
Okay.
With ProBox TV.
Okay. And so the fight will be in April?
Yeah, April 12th is going to be on the East Coast. It's looking like it's going to be in DC or Maryland area.
And no opponent yet, though, right?
Yeah, they're throwing out some names. I think it's one name that we're fixated on for sure.
Okay.
And
Are you able to share it or not at this point?
I can share it, but I really want more of the press release to come out.
Okay, fair enough.
To announce it. But he's I could just say he's a former basketball player.
Okay, fair enough. People could draw their own conclusions, and probably a lot of people will figure it out on their own. And so
how you been, man?
Huh?
How you been?
I've been good, man. I've been good. Listen, I'm glad to see things are going good for you because your last fight, was May of last year.
Yeah, man, it's been a while.
Yeah,
but we're back, man. I'm training. I feel great. I feel good, and I'm ready to explode, and I'm ready to get back on the scene, and I'm ready to get over there in Riyadh, man. I'm ready for his excellency to take a look at my excellent skills, man.
Yeah, you want to get on one of those Saudi cards, huh? That's where the money's at, right there. Getting on them Saudi cards. Look, that guy that jumped in on short notice against Shakur Stevenson is set now.
Yeah, man. And then it kind of backfired with Martin Bakole because
it did.
I heard now that he's ineligible to fight for the IBF title shot.
Is it a big mistake to take a fight on that short of notice, man?
For a guy with that much prestige behind him, yes. Because now you didn't have a training camp. I heard that he had, most guys, including myself, it's hard to get sparring to sit in sparring. So, and especially when you go into these world champ backyards and you're busting these guys up, it's hard for you to get work. So I understand what Martin Bakole probably goes through. They say he didn't have any sparring since his last fight.
And does it hurt his credibility, though, as far as the fact that, he was looked at as this boogeyman in the division?
I feel like it does. I feel like it hurts, like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
The aura. The aura around this boogeyman guy. Just hey, he just got knocked out.
Yeah.
I mean, but as we all probably could see, that's not probably the best of him. Because like we say, he got off the couch, and who wouldn't do that? You know what I mean? I wish they would have called me.
Yeah. Now, I'm interested in that, man, because when a guy in a high-profile fight like that does go down, and Daniel Dubois does have to pull out, for people that don't know, what is the protocol like, man? How far out does the word extend, man? Like, do you find out that they need a replacement opponent? Is it just kept secret? Are a few people offered the fight? How does something like that work out?
I really feel like it's a more in-house thing.
Yeah.
They hit up the guys they feel like they're close to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nothing my way. I didn't get any kind of contact, and a fighter like me, I'm probably my name, Stephan Big Shot Shaw. I feel like I'm a little bit known more than a guy, Josh Padley.
Yeah.
But so I feel like I could have stepped up for that type of fight, and it would have threw me in the rim, and I would have did well.
What did you think about the other heavyweight fights? Now, there weren't a lot of heavyweight fights on that card. We talked about that one. What did you think about Zhang and Caballel?
Yeah, Caballel, man, Caballel, he's on a tear right now.
He is.
He really is on a tear right now. Much respect to that guy. I would love for a fight with him one day. Any of those guys. But that fight was great, man. He got up and he took it to the body, and that's where he's been breaking those guys down, man.
Yeah,
he's been breaking these big. He's been showing you got to break these big guys down to the body.
Yeah, and Zhang was red. His skin was flaming red through there, man.
Man, he was killing him to the body.
Yeah. Now, what about Tyson Fury, man? Like, when he makes the announcement that he's retired, man, like, what do we think? Do we really believe he's going to stay retired? What's your thought on that?
He kind of did this with the Klitschko thing.
Yeah.
But, he took 2 L's back to back. So, his perspectives might have changed. He feel like he's accomplished everything. You know, he's made tons and tons of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars.
But is it hard? But is it hard as a fighter, man? Like with with your pride and your legacy,
Yeah.
man. You to walk away on back-to-back L's and go out like that.
Yeah, I believe so. It would be hard for me.
Yeah.
You know, I believe so. It would be hard for me to walk away from the game after experiencing my first 2 losses. Ali had 5 losses.
Yeah.
Tyson 6 losses. Pacquiao 9 losses.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
And it happens in the sport. It always happened.
Yeah.
It's just the new era kind of been, introduced to the Floyd Mayweather era, and everybody's trying to keep their O.
Yeah.
But you can't blame Floyd. He's just, he just was when you find out his backstory and, how Top Rank try to get rid of their guys after O. Well, he started with those guys. So he's always tried to keep his O. You know what I mean? And he just, he did the best he could to keep it, and he did it.
We get a card like that, though, that Saudi card, though, man. Like, that's what boxing fans want, though, man. I mean, world title fights, stacked cards, a low pay-per-view price. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, Saudis know how to do it, man.
Yeah, they really do, man.
They do.
He's really embarking on something that's like unprecedented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Much respect to His Excellency for bringing the sport to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
And that's the best fighting the best, and they're making the best events out of it.
Right. Yeah. How active would you like to be? Like, this is going to be your first fight of 2025. How many more would you like to get in before the year's over?
I want to at least get 3 minimum.
Yeah.
But I want at least probably 3 to 5 fights this year. If it was I get 3 to 5 or 6 fights this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I know for sure, I'm for sure I'm getting 3 at least. Maybe 4.
And I read an article a couple weeks ago, and this is not set in stone, but I just want to get your opinion on it, where they were flirting with, at the very least, maybe for championship fights or undisputed fights, flirting with the idea of going back to 15 rounds, man. What do your take on that?
That's tough, man, because if we truly, I saw that, and then I saw Teofimo speaking on that.
Yeah.
And then I seen the WBA, like, they're open to if the other sanctioning bodies get on board as well for undisputed, making undisputed unification fights 15 rounds. But it's like, in order to make history, we must not forget history.
Yes. Yeah.
And to forget history is bringing 15 rounds back, because it was the WBA that sanctioned the Dooku Kim and Ray Mancini fight.
Yep.
Where Dooku Kim died, and after that, the WBC said, "No, we're going down to 12 rounds."
Yeah.
So that right there set off, like, 15 rounds may be a little too much. You know what I mean? Because if you look at the history of sport, the guys that fought, you look at all the retired fighters, like, that fought back in the 80s, and those guys that fought 15 rounds, you have a lot more fighters that like slur. You have a lot more fighters.
No doubt. Yeah.
And then you have guys now like Sean Porter. He still can talk great. He's a guy that was in wars.
Yeah.
He's a guy, Timothy Bradley, a guy who's in wars.
Yep.
And those guys can be color commentators now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like back in the day, guys that fought like Sean Porter and Timothy Bradley, if those guys were fighting in the 80s, those guys wouldn't be on TV talking too well. Yeah.
Now, the mental side of boxing, you can learn a lot of the physical skills. You can be taught that stuff in the gym, but the mental side always intrigues me, because I think that most people are overwhelmed with fear and anxiety when they're going to get into a confrontation. I think it's most people's, natural reaction to turn and get the hell away from anything that's going to be violent or whatever. So it's not for everybody, man. When did you notice that you had the ability to kind of harness the fear and the anxiety and still keep your body loose and be able to get in there and perform? Because I imagine, man, that could be a pretty big hurdle for a lot of fighters.
Man, I feel like ever since a kid, I've been around the sport since I don't know, man, since a newborn.
Yeah.
But I really, I hear a lot of guys, old fighters from my hometown, and guys who used to go to the gym that used to box. They say, "Oh man, little Shaw, Stephan was in the ring. Stephan was in the gym at 3 years old."
Yeah.
So I've been in the gym all my life. So I kind of adapted to that kind of early, probably about 7 years old.
Yeah.
When I really started holding my own and really moving around and boxing with kids that were like 9 and 10 years old.
And you realized that nothing was blocking you mentally, right? It just felt like you were able to kind of take that fear and that anxiety and not be overcome by it.
Yeah, it was just like throw punch. It was just instinctive to me just go out there and try to always worry about putting my punches together instead of worrying about what comes back.
Right.
As I grew older and I had to become a professional to really understand that, because I used to try to blow guys out of there in the amateurs.
Right.
It's how, I used to knock guys out a lot in the amateurs and tournaments and stuff. And so I had to really hone in more to be a defensive fighter as a professional, because as a kid, instinctively, man, just always just go at them. Because when I first started boxing, man, fell in love with boxing, and that was around the mid 90s to the late 90s. That was, Mike Tyson was the hottest thing around. So my dad, he thought I was going to be some short, stubby kid, because I have some short uncles on my mother's side.
Yeah.
And my grandmother's short, my mom's short. So he thought I was going to be a Tyson.
But you're going to be a runt.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I grew tall, and he taught me how to box a little bit like Ali.
And so by the time you get in the ring here in April, it's going to be 1 month short of a full calendar year, man, since you've been in the ring last, man. Like, you always hear people asked about, are you worried about ring rust or whatever? But I have to ask, though, man, like, it has been a long time, man. How do you feel? And are there any concerns going into the fight?
No, it's no concerns. Actually, I feel like time has sped up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So I feel like, it just happened to be, wow, you look up and it is that long ago. But to me, it just feels like, I've still been in the gym.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've still been active. I've still been working. You know what I mean? I've been grinding, man. So when you look at it like statistically, or when you actually start thinking about it, it's like, well, yeah, it's been a little bit of a while. But, I've been through this, my career. This is almost or normality to me at this point in my career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been through COVID. I've been sat on a shelf. I know what it is. I understand what it is. You just got to stay ready. You know what I mean? And the more the merrier, more time to get ready. It's better than taking the fight 2 days notice.
Is it frustrating though, like when you are in the gym every single day though, and
it is.
6 months go by, 7 months, 8 months, 10 months go by, and you're not getting any fight news? Is it frustrating?
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating because I have a family, I have a household to maintain.
Right.
I have a wife, I have 2 sons.
Right.
So I got to take care of my boys, man.
Yeah.
So and boxing is my priority, and it's my career. And I've had to get a part-time job, working overnights, doing some part-time freight work. But I got to do what I got to do, man. You know what I mean? It's no shame in my game. I got to provide for my family, and that's first and foremost. And but my career is dear to me.
No.
And like I say, I stay in the gym, and I'm ready, and I'm locked and loaded, man. I'm ready to shine.
Yeah, we might have talked about this the last time, and I don't remember what your answer was. But once you hang up the gloves, and I don't know if you thought this far down the road, do you feel like you'll always have a foot in boxing? Like, will you segue into training or promoting or anything like that? Will boxing always be a part of your life?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Boxing is it's a rich history in my family.
Yeah.
You know, my grandfather to my dad.
Yeah, I
down
remember
to
you saying
me.
that last time. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm a third generation fighter, so boxing has been a part of me before it was of me.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm going to keep that tradition going, whether it's getting into promotion, getting into management, or hopefully probably maybe getting into commentating. And I'll probably start my own podcast soon to
Yeah.
just get myself behind the mic, just to to get myself comfortable and start
Great.
talking
Just what I need. More boxing podcast competition, for God's sake.
Oh man. Nah, man. But just to try something else, man. But other than that, man, I'm like I say, man, right now, man, I'm possessed. I'm possessed and I'm obsessed with becoming a champion. And I won't stop until it happens. And
Yeah.
I'm young. I'm younger than all of these guys that's fighting. You know what I mean? I'm a young 32-year-old guy.
When
You
do
know what
you
I mean?
feel like you would be ready for and that answer might be right now, but like when do you feel like, or when do you entail, and I don't know if this is something that your team gives you feedback about or whatever, but when do you feel like would be the proper time for you to be in the conversation as far as a title fight?
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
As soon as possible. I'm there. When you look at my first loss, Effie Ajagba, you look at to where he's at in his career, and he's right there at a title shot. It's like I'm right a little bit below that. So it's like I'm 1 or 2 fights from being right there.
Yeah.
So April 12th, that's what I'm focused on, as far as in ring fighting and ranking and going going towards becoming a champion. It starts April 12th. April 12th, I feel great. You know what I mean? I'm ready to shine. You guys gonna see greatness, and I'm ready to do my thing.
Now, putting aside the April 12th fight, now, you win that fight, and let's say someone just gave you the keys to the kingdom, man. You can put your promoter hat on. You can make your next 3 fights after April 12th. Who would they be? You know all the guys in the heavyweight division.
It would be probably Parker, Dubois, Usyk.
Yeah. Go right after those bell holders. Yeah.
It's hey, Vini Vici.
Yeah. I'm proud of Parker though, man. You know what I mean? Like
Me
Parker,
too.
man, like is
he took his losses.
Yeah.
He got he lost. He, like me, he took his first loss by a close decision. He took his second loss. He wasn't feeling his best and ended up getting stopped. And unfortunately, that happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
And he didn't let that define him.
He's on a nice roll right now.
He's on a roll right now.
Yeah,
he's the same age as me. Him and Caballero.
Yeah.
We're all at that 32-year-old prime heavyweight age. You know what I mean? You just seen guys like, as you see Usyk and Fury, it's all about how you take care of yourself, man.
Yeah.
If you take care of yourself good, if you live good, take care of yourself, man, you don't have to worry about anything. If you're not out drinking and partying and worrying about being in the club and all that, and just, if you're just a family guy, you're training and you're dedicating your life to your craft, and that's all you want and that's all you desire. You know what I mean? You keep working and you keep believing in yourself and you keep working at your craft and keep getting better. Man, how success is inevitable.
Yeah. Now, after having so long away from the ring, you might not be able to divulge this right now, but do you have anything planned for the big ring walk. Now, I saw one of your last ring walks, and I was very impressed that you were walked out by the great Havoc from Mobb Deep. New York's own. New York, stand up.
New York's own, man. Survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? My management team put that together for me. They asked, you know what I mean? They say they got a good relationship with Havoc, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly who Mobb Deep is. I got a great deal of respect for, you know, hip hop and music and rap. You know, I'm a historian, man. Like I did my research and I know it all. You know what I mean? So
is there anything in store for the April 12th walkout yet?
Oh man, it depends, man. It depends. I'm gonna get on that. You know, you know, hopefully it's a surprise, but it'll be something great. You know what I mean? It'll be something dope. It'll be something dope.
And
Absolutely.
So this fight around, you know, because there was a layoff, did you change anything? Did you change your routine at all, or is it business as usual? Anything changed from the time of the last fight?
Business as usual.
Yeah.
Business as usual.
Yeah.
Seek and destroy.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? I'm in camp right now. You know what I mean? I'm about we're about 6.5 weeks out.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm feeling good. You know, I'm feeling strong. You know what I mean? I'm hitting hard. I'm breaking down bags. I'm knocking down sparring partners. I'm breaking ribs.
That's ready, folks. That's ready, folks. That's what ready sounds like right there.
Yeah. I've been running, doing it all.
And so
I got a new nutritionist. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I got a new nutritionist. Shout out to my guy Dustin Johnson. We're working, bro. I'm trying my best to stay on the diet. We're working.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy, Will Anderson. He's my strength guy. Hey, we're working. You know, those are the additions I've made to my team, to Team Big Shot. And but other than that, it's still coached by Chef Abdullah. You know, Brian Shaw, my father. You know, and my cut man Al Gomez and Uncle Al, and that's my team, man. And we ready to rock and roll. April 12th.
And what's the worst part of camp, man? What do you love like the least about camp?
What do I love least about camp?
Yeah. What's the hardest part of it?
The hardest part, like I say, it's probably the nutrition. It's about eating right and being away from my wife.
Yeah. Women weaken legs, like Mickey said.
Yeah, women weaken legs.
You can't have that. Man. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, my wife. Yeah, my beautiful wife. We've been together for almost 15 years, man. And like I told you, I'm 32 years old, so we've been together since we were young.
And once the fight's over, because you've been depriving yourself and because you talk about the nutrition and stuff or whatever, man, like what's the go-to meal right after the win is done, man, and you deprive yourself? Man. Like, what's the first thing you're craving for food?
Man, probably a good cheeseburger, man.
Yeah.
I get a good burger or probably a good steak.
Yeah.
Or, you know, probably keep it simple, steak, baked potato. Yeah. Or I'll probably get some good wings or something like that.
And so where can people tap into this fight if they want to watch?
This fight will be on ProBox TV.
Okay.
Excuse me. ProBox TV.
Okay.
This will be the first of this will be my first fight under the new network deal. And I'm excited. And this is just, like I say, this is just the beginning of something great. And I'm ready.
I'm glad for you, man. I'm glad for you,
brother.
Man. Yeah.
Appreciate
you know I'm a fan, man. You know I'm a fan, man. Yeah. And for sure, stay in touch, man. After the fight, man,
yes,
you know, we'll do this again for sure.
All the time, man. You got me, man. Anytime you want to talk about whatever, man. You know, I love this fight that we got coming up.
Yeah.
This weekend, you know, Javante Davis, Lamont Roach. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, Tank, that's my guy. I remember both of those dudes in the amateurs. You know what I mean? So it should be a good fight.
Is there anybody out there that can beat Tank at 135 right now?
135? No. But I don't think it's nobody that can beat Javante Davis at 135 at all.
No.
But I feel like I at one point in time I thought the best person that could give him a challenge was Shakur Stevenson. I don't think that anymore. I think it would be the closest, probably Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I feel like, you know, Davis versus Davis.
Yeah.
Virginia versus Baltimore, DMV, Davis versus Davis.
It's got to go down. That's got to go down. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh, that's
appreciate you, man. Always appreciate you doing this, man. Thank you so much, man. And hey, best of luck. We'll be watching in April,
yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, brother.
All right, good talking to you, man.
All
Later.
right, man. Yes, sir.
There he goes, folks. Stephan Big Shot Shaw, heavyweight contender. As you heard, man, last fight was in May, but he's got one coming up here in April. Getting back on track, man. Getting back in the ring, man. And the mission goes on, man. That's one of my favorite guys right there, man. Great guest, man. Always pulling for that guy, man. Big fan of just his energy. Just exudes such charisma and likability, man. How can you not root for that guy, man? I mean, come on. His last fight was, as I said, May 24th of last year. It was a first round TKO. So it'll be about 11 months from the time of his last fight till he gets in the ring here, April 12th. Make sure to tap into that, man, on ProBox TV, as he said, and watch Stephan Big Shot Shaw do his thing, as I know he will, man. Big fan of that guy, man. 20-2, 15 knockouts, man. Got a lot of fights left in him, man. And I know he's gunning for one of them heavyweight belts, man. So I wish him all the best, man. He's one of my favorite guests, man. Good dude. Really one of the good ones. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Make sure, of course, as I said earlier, to like and follow Off the Couch Boxing on Facebook to stay tapped in to the most amazing and real boxing conversations anywhere on the planet. And like, subscribe, and smash that notification button. This, of course, is the undefeated champion of boxing podcast. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. So let me remind you that if you also want to be a champion, you got to roll with Off the Couch Boxing and roll with the champs. Peace.